minute. If you're catching the replay, bear with us as we allow people to join. I almost said good morning. I'm so used to being here at 7 o'clock in the morning. I almost said good morning. No, it's not morning. What are y'all doing tonight? Are y'all ready to get some good information? Because I sure am. I'm going to wait till 6 o'clock to bring Sherry on. I wanted to say something first, and then I'm going to add her to our live, and then we're going to get jiggy with it. So, y'all, if you're catching the replay, just bear with us a moment. It's 5:53, so we're going to allow enough time for everyone to get on, because it's going to be her page and my page at the same time. So just bear with us. Kayla will be here to get the scammers out. So Sherry will be here in a minute. So y'all just, I know she's our guest star. Hey, Aunt Cheryl. Are y'all having a good night? New Year's? What are your New Year's resolutions? Are y'all wanting to cook like me? Who's wanting to cook like me? Who's wanting to expand their knowledge and learn from Sherry and do something out of their comfort zone? Like, who wants to do that with me? I did order an apron today. I'm so Sherry wannabe, y'all. You're too impatient to cook. You know what? If you watch Sherry cook, she like gets so into it that like it's like if you cook like her, it's like you learn to have patience while you cook because you're so into what you're cooking that you find yourself having patience. So I bet you can do it. We got a couple of minutes left. I can't wait to bring her on. I just want to introduce Sherry is the expert chef. You are, but it's not. She's not just a chef. She's more than a chef. Let's see. Let me think of a word to describe Sherry. I mean, she's definitely a homesteader, right? Because like she's making laundry detergent, she's making all kinds of things. Like it's more than just a chef. Like, how would y'all describe her? You followers that have been watching her forever, how do you describe? Give me one word to describe Sherry. Sherry, we're going to talk about your name. The CEO of everything. Yes, that is her. Amazing. Yes, awesome. Yeah, she is that. What's her page? Sherry, can you link? Can you, how do you put your link in Sherry is Mary. Love it. Amazing. Can you put your Facebook page so my followers can follow you? Vibrant. Yes, she is vibrant. Let me tell you what I like. She's a dancer. She likes to dance. So, I'm all about that. Okay, we have 2 minutes. There you go. That's her page right now. I said Shayna. Kayla just put her page up. So if you do not follow her, she is on Instagram, she's on Facebook, and she's on YouTube. She has a rather large following. So I'm very honored that she's here with us today. Thank you, David. Tutu Fox. That's so funny. All right, we got 1 minute, guys. There's sweet Andale. Andale is the one who introduced us. So, Andale, thank you. Thank you, David. I feel like I need to clean my glasses. Okay, guys, it's that time. First of all, welcome to our live. I want to tell you before I bring Sherry on why I called her on the phone and asked her to do this. So, Andale introduced us at a Petals event this past September, and I got to meet her for the first time, which I'd already kind of followed her before I met her. And I got to meet her, and just recently on my Facebook page, Facebook started showing me all her stuff. Like when I would scroll through Facebook, it was like Sherry. I'm like, what the? Facebook is wanting me to see Sherry's stuff. And I was like, what is this all about? Why is Facebook showing me all Sherry's stuff? I mean, couldn't see anybody else's but hers. And so what happened? It prompted me to see what crap she was doing. So I started watching her reels, and I was like, how'd she do that? So it like prompted an interest. And as I was going, the new year was approaching, I wanted to think about New Year's resolutions. And so I said, you know what? Shane would love me so much if I became Sherry. Like Sherry is Shane's dream wife. And I was like, he would so love it if I was in the kitchen with an apron making homemade bread. Like he would love that. So I decided to do something out of my comfort zone that I would normally do and try something new, which is exactly what happened when Sneed's Farmhouse started. Shane encouraged me to get chickens. I don't want a chicken, right? I'm not a country girl. I never have wanted a pet cow. And so I tried something new the day Shane said, let's get chickens. And my life totally changed. And so this year for 2024, I want to get out of my comfort zone and try something new. So, with that being said, I'm going to bring on the beautiful Sherry. I can't hear you. Oh, wait.
There we go.
There we go.
What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? Happy New Year. Oh my God. New year, new us, right?
That's right. That's right. Let me tell you something. Okay, I don't understand why Andale calls you a different name because she's really confusing me. She doesn't call you Sherry. She calls you some other name.
Is it Cherie? Probably
Yes.
Cherie.
Why
Yeah,
did you say
so I
Cherie?
go by. some people like my mom call me Cherie, and Dale does call me Cherie, but most people call me Sherry, so it's okay.
But
Like the
I've
wine.
heard you call yourself Shay.
Mm-mm.
Don't you sometimes call yourself Shay?
Uh-uh.
Well,
That
someone
must be the other me.
okay. So do you prefer me to call you Sherry?
You can call me Sherry. Yeah, that's fine.
I just know Sherry and Bobby. That's the names I know.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So will you introduce yourself a little bit and how you started so that my followers can get to know you before we get started?
Sure. I am. It's probably my accent. Excuse me. I am Cherie Black. 50% of Black Tropical Homestead is my husband and I. Um, I am a city girl. I grew up in the city with my mom and dad and five older brothers. And I moved to Savannah about 12 years ago. So fast forward, met Bobby, the gardener. He had a small garden. He grew banana plants. And I am terrified of anything outside moving. I don't like nets, flies, mosquitoes, spiders, snakes, frogs. Anything will send me in the house. But during the pandemic, we took care of a friend. We brought her home with us from the nursing home. She passed away on her 108th birthday.
Mm.
That made me think, well, first Bobby said, you're not going back in a nursing home, a hospital, anywhere to work, so you'll be home. And I decided to go out and help him more in the garden and see what that life was like. We started growing dragon fruit during the pandemic a little bit, but I did a deeper dive once Sandy passed away because she was 24/7. So now I need to find something to do with my time other than sitting around. I don't like to hang out. And so I started gardening. And it was just a small garden. I think we started YouTube in September of
Did you know
21.
Andale before you started YouTube?
No, we met Andale through YouTube. We
Okay.
met most people, through YouTube because that was our main platform for the first 2 years or so. So we
Mm.
just started being active on um, Instagram and Facebook over the last few weeks. So
6 weeks. And look at you today. Oh my gosh.
it's been about 15, 16 months of actual homesteading where we live off. We are 1 acre suburban homesteaders. We have neighbors. We live
Hang
in a
on just a
neighborhood.
second. Shane, will you turn that oven off and take that stuff out? I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
We live in a neighborhood. We have 1 acre. And at first, our biggest thing was tropical fruit. We wanted to grow pineapple, mango, bananas, and we do grow all these things, but we started realizing the medicinal benefits in them. And it's more than just two or three variety of tomatoes and all this different stuff. And we learned this here on YouTube. So, um, how life is, and you try to figure out what can you do to better your health and your loved ones' health. So we got into the apothecary and homemade items and everything. We do as much as we can off our 1 acre suburban homestead. We provide our own meat, medicine. We make our own as much. I'm gonna say we make as much as we can make homemade.
Now, did you cook prior to Bobby?
Yes,
Okay, so you've always kind of cooked.
yeah,
You've always liked it.
I love to cook. Yes,
Okay, okay.
but I'm not a chef, so I'm a home cook. Like basically everybody mom, you always think about your mom, your grandparents food, so it's like that. I'm just a cook. I like to experiment and play in the kitchen, so I learned different things. And Bobby can cook better than me, I think, but he doesn't cook because that's my job, so I try to keep him out of my kitchen.
Well, I growing up, my mom worked all the time. My
Hmm.
parents were divorced, and so she never cooked. Like we ate out fast food like all the time.
Yeah.
And that was just what we did. My grandmother cooked, but I never got in the kitchen with her, and I don't really know why.
Yeah.
So, like, when I tell you that I'm like new cook 101, like basic, like I need you to go to the basics. And so I have, let me get my little notebook because I wrote you some questions. The
Okay.
first thing I remember that I was going to ask you is if there are people that are wanting to join us to do this that do not cook. So I'm going to basics. Like I don't cook. So what what things in the kitchen, like a blender, a mixer, like what are my staples for kitchen appliances? Like what do I need for basics?
Two
Your
hands.
fingers? Seriously?
Basically, your hands, mainly. I mean, my thing is, I try to keep things simple because if it's complicated, it's gonna turn me off. I'm gonna automatically be like, no, I don't want to do it. You know, and things were so simple. So I always say, when I was younger, all my friends came outside to play. Nobody stayed in the house because they were allergic to things or they couldn't eat peanut butter and jelly. So somewhere along the line, things got screwed up over the years. So simple to me is best. When you keep things simple, it's good. Now, bread machines and mixers and blenders and all this stuff, they are great. They are great tools to have, but I think it's important to know how to do this with your hands because what if, we didn't see what we dealt with 3 years ago coming? What if things come and it's 10 times worse? What we don't
Right.
have all this stuff to depend on. So we have to learn how to survive. So why not know now?
But I have like if I'm gonna roll out biscuits, don't I have to have a little rolling pin?
No.
How do you roll it out? I didn't see that.
I just smush it down. Roll it out with your hand. Use a cup.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
So
I use whatever I use what I have, not saying I don't have a rolling pin and I do use it sometime, but when I'm making biscuits, I just put my dough on the counter and smush it down to as thick or thin as I want it. And I use a cup to cut it. I don't even use cookie cutters.
listen to the background noise. You're Shane. Okay, so I don't need to go buy anything. So this is not gonna cost any extra to cook.
Nope. And you probably have everything you need at home,
Hmm.
like
Well,
flour.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, some so all the platforms are different and Instagram is a whole new breed of, I know you working on growing your platforms.
My
Instagram is
Instagram
a
is
whole new
hilarious.
breed.
I
Well,
I don't know how you keep up with all the different platforms because it's all I can do to do Facebook and YouTube. Now I like me some
they're all
TikTok
different.
though. I
Yeah.
love TikTok.
They all, and people can be real critical on places like TikTok and Instagram, but I ignore them because first of all, and I tell Landale all the time, they don't know me. First of all,
No.
they say simple and silly things, and it's only because they unaware of things. But they say things like, "Oh, you can't afford, or things can't be that bad," or it's not that it's that bad. I enjoy doing what I do, but
I
then I
enjoy
enjoy,
watching you do it.
huh?
I enjoy watching you. Like you make it. I'm like, she makes this look so easy. Like surely I can do this.
You
Like I
can,
can do this.
and then this, you get a certain amount of joy out of doing it yourself, and then when you give it to your husband or your friends or your family, that's a whole nother wave of
I
joy.
know.
That's like,
I know.
wow, he really enjoyed that.
And when I go live on my Monday and Wednesday mornings, I do a lot of talk about mental health. And one thing that is almost like, how do I put this? With my New Year's resolution of being a better wife and learning to kind of think outside the box when it
Mhm.
comes to cooking and be more, go back to my roots per se. I think that, and I said this morning, like I think when you try to meet other people's needs, rather than trying to have your own needs met. I think that it brings you to humbleness and it teaches you so many lessons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope to do that. Okay. I want to know, okay, this is what I was thinking. I don't know what other people think, but like I was thinking that I don't want to go overboard,
Hmm.
and try to be Sherry in the kitchen every day because that's not who I am,
Yep.
you know? So I'm like, okay, if I can accomplish one thing a month. So like the month of January, I want to learn to make bread. But someone said, "Judy, you should start with biscuits." What do you recommend? I want to do something with bread.
I say make bread. Do y'all eat a lot of biscuits? Or, I mean, you eat bread on the regular?
I mean, I love sandwiches.
So I would
And
make bread.
toast.
It's very easy. Biscuits, 2 ingredients, but bread, it is a few ingredients, but it's things you may already have at home. So I would say make bread because y'all
Bread.
will enjoy the bread. You can eat sandwiches. You can,
Well,
I
how
mean,
cool
you'll
would it
just
be for me to take a loaf of bread to my kid's house?
that. Yes.
That would be so cool.
Yes. Yeah. Being able to share these things with people, I'm telling you, it's just, I don't know, it just make you happy. It make me happy. I'm
I
not saying make you,
I
but
think
me.
I will get great if I got good at it. I think that I would get great joy out of that.
Yes, you be
Because
making bread all the time. Like me, yesterday, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday, I wanted hot hamburgers. Now, most of the time on the weekend, I'm like, I ain't cooking nothing. We can go to Wendy's and get a burger and be happy. But now I got this thing about trying to stay away from preservatives and certain things. So I said, stop being lazy and make some hamburger buns. And it only took me a few minutes. And then yesterday, my husband loved hot dogs, and I said, just make some hot dog buns. And it doesn't take but a minute, but it feels good playing in that dough. To me, it does.
Mhm. So, okay, so when people start saying, "Oh, Judy, you need to get a bread maker. It's much easier." Why? I mean, what's the difference in a bread maker and putting it in the oven? I don't
I,
know.
I've never used a bread maker. I don't
Okay,
know.
I don't know either. I don't know what I would
I
want
know
to
it's
do that.
easier, but I don't know. I can't even say it's easier because I do things the old school way and it's easy. I found out today who June Cleaver was because I was like, I don't know who
You know
June
who
Cleaver.
June Cleaver was?
I didn't. I did not. I don't watch a lot of TV, so
Okay.
I didn't
How
know.
old are you?
45.
Okay, I'm 52. That's probably why you don't know who June Cleaver is. It's because you're a
Probably
youngin.
didn't, probably didn't know either.
He
He
didn't.
said he said, "Is that the Brady Bunch mama or something?" And I was like, "Oh, let me Google it and see."
That's so funny.
But
Yeah,
now we
June
know.
Cleaver was just like always in the kitchen. She had her little apron on, and it just reminds
Mhm.
me of like you being in the kitchen. And
Yeah.
I said I wanted to be June Cleaver. Okay, for to help me, Shane says, Judy, we are going to have a huge garden this year. I want to know as I approach 2024, I guess I'm here. What what staples for cooking should I plant that's like easy, like onions, tomato, like what do I need to put? I got my handy dandy notebook and uh you know what handy dandy Blue's Clues. She probably don't know
Yes,
it.
I have 3 of them.
Okay,
The mine are
I
not so
know.
small.
What do you recommend me planting this year to help me with my
So
cooking?
I'm assuming so y'all will start a spring garden. So I would
Yes.
definitely say tomatoes. Y'all eat tomatoes, right? You
Yes.
want to definitely grow things that you like. Tomato,
I hate tomatoes, but I mean, I know you cook with them. I love spaghetti sauce and stuff. So
and those are the things you'll get into. Like we don't make spaghetti sauce as we harvest tomatoes. We put them in the freezer, and I think it was about 100 pounds of tomatoes that I decided, okay, now I'll process it. Making tomato sauce is so easy, but we're cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
Um, but I say tomato,
Okay.
peppers are great to grow, and these are things you should be looking at getting ready to start. You want to plant herbs like basil with your tomatoes because they are good companion plants, but you need herbs to season your food. You can make your own seasonings, and the more you grow, the more money you save in the grocery store. Um, we spend we struggle to spend $300 a month in the grocery store, and it's hard to spend $300 for us because we grow and raise majority of our food. But cucumbers are great if you eat those. I say lemon cucumber because they're cute and they are prolific. Um,
Lemon?
lemon cucumbers, it's just a little ball and they look like a lemon, but it's a cucumber. It's
I've never even
yellow.
heard of that.
Um, and the trying to think of what beans. We grow a lot of dragon tongue and long beans in the spring and the
What is
summer. So
dragon tongue?
it's a bean.
What's it taste like?
It is one of our favorite beans, but I can't seem like
Dragon
a green
tongue.
bean. Dragon tongue
What
bean.
color is it?
It's purple and white. So we always say grow things that you love. And once you get into growing seeds, you'll learn that it's tons of varieties of different things. This is what a dragon tongue look like. It's
Look at
purple.
you. What's that little thing you got? You put all your seeds in that? So I need to get one of those.
You do.
What is that? Like tell me what you do with that.
So I am very organized because I have to be because I have to keep up with my life and my husband's life. So one of our supporters sent me this for my birthday, and it got all these little sleeves in it. So this one is for beans. So I have
So
different
you buy
pockets.
the beans and put them in the sleeve?
Well,
Or it came like that.
yeah, we collect them every year from our plants, but these came from Baker Creek. A lot of our seeds come from Baker's Creek, and we have everything in here: cabbage, carrots, corn, flowers, herbs, sunflowers, tomato, watermelon, okra. Everything is in here. So it's probably a couple thousand seeds in here. See, I got it labeled. That's the easiest way to keep up with it.
Look at you.
It's a photo case, but yeah,
It's
I
a
have to
photo
keep up with a
case.
lot.
So you just get
Yeah,
off Amazon?
I'm not sure. I
Oh,
think
you
she in
said
the
it was
chat.
sent to you.
I think she got it. I'm not sure where she got it from. Psalms.
Well,
Where
that's
did you
pretty
get that?
handy.
It is. Um, Psalms 146 sent that to me. I'm not sure where she got it, but she is in the chat and she may say. But
There
it
she
helps
is.
you stay organized.
She's right here on here. Psalms 146. Hey, where'd you get that? Psalms 146. That's pretty
Hobby
cool
Lobby.
that you're that organized.
Yeah, yeah. So I try to keep up. Well, we have Soil Family Expo, which is our expo coming up in April. So I have a lot of things to keep up with, include my husband's wallet, Bluetooth, phone, keys.
Shane, can you relate?
What's that?
Keeping up with all my stuff.
Oh Lord.
I have to call him on the phone and go, "Hey, do you know where I put my da 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 da?"
Yep.
I
Yeah.
can't keep up with it. Okay, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so when I make this bread, can you freeze it or does it have to stay fresh?
So what I do is like this week is my week to make bulk things like bread.
Okay.
My husband takes sandwiches with him to work, so instead of me having to make bread every week, I'll make 7 or 8 loaves of bread, and what I'll do is I'll roll them up, but then I'll wrap them and freeze them. So every week when we need a new loaf of bread, I will pull the dough out, let it sit, it'll unthaw, it'll rise, and then I'll bake it rather than me having to mix it. So it's just like buying pre-cooked or pre-made dinner rolls, and you got to let them rise.
Yeah.
So it's the same way. It's just homemade.
Okay. So I'm gonna look really when I want. What I don't even know what a bread pan looks like. You put it in on a pan, or what do you break it on?
So I bake mine's in a little. It's a little bread pan, loaf pan.
Like
It's called a loaf pan.
like you do a meatloaf in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I need a loaf. Make sure I have the loaf pan.
Yep.
It
A
doesn't
loaf.
have to be a certain size, or just
Just a regular standard loaf pan.
okay. So if I'm gonna bake, let's just say 7 at a time. So am I? No, you said I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna bake just one at a time.
So we'll start. We'll just do one. That way
Okay.
you can get the hang of it. Because when I'm making something new, I do a small batch because if I'm gonna botch it up, I don't want to mess up 12 cups of flour. I'd rather mess up 2 or 3 cups.
I got
So
you.
we'll start with one loaf, and then you can see how you like that, and then you can tweak it. You might want your bread a little sweeter. You may want potato bread. So it's what do you want? Maybe I don't want so much butter, or I can use a little more olive oil. So you can tweak it after that. But I don't. I mean, as long as I got a loaf pan, I don't even need a loaf pan because I'll just put it on the sheet pan,
Yeah.
and we got bread. Because we're not too picky, but I do try to make sandwich bread for my husband.
So with like I know like when I go to, let's just say, Publix to get deli meat cut, it only lasts a couple of days. It's
Mhm.
not like the meat that comes in a package that
Yeah.
you get off the shelf. So like is bread the same way? Does it mold fast? Like
So all the items I make, I don't use preservatives. The only thing I really use preservative in was, I think, mayonnaise, and I use like the kombucha, the juice from my kombucha brew, just to extend the life of the mayonnaise. But most things I don't use preservatives because I think preservatives are what is making us sick and grow through things. So I get away from preservatives. Homemade, we eat it in a week, within a week, and we done. Whatever we have left, we give it to the chickens.
okay.
So, but we usually don't have nothing but ends left.
All right. So for my first lesson with bread, I need to know what ingredients I'm going to buy.
Okay. Um, so I don't want you to buy anything that you may already have.
Okay.
Do flour, all-purpose flour, just regular flour is what I use.
Okay.
Um, Eggs, I know you have eggs.
Yes.
You can use water or milk. I use milk for my sandwich bread. I use water when I'm making hamburger or hot dog buns.
Just regular milk or
Regular
buttermilk?
milk.
Regular
Nope,
milk.
just regular milk.
Do you have to
Um,
like I know when you make homemade ice cream, you have to use the whole milk. So do you have to use whole milk for this, or
it's up to you.
it don't matter?
Nope.
Okay.
When I make ice cream, I do use whole milk and heavy whipping cream.
I'm not sure why you're supposed to use whole milk for ice cream, but okay. So any kind
um,
of milk. Okay.
Salt. I do use a little bit of salt. I use honey. So you can use honey or sugar, and you need that
So
to
you
go with.
use the honey to sweeten it?
So I use the honey. The yeast needs something to eat to wake up. So
Uh-huh.
you use either sugar or honey.
Okay.
So when you start, you will put like your water. It'll take warm water or warm milk, sugar or honey, and your instant yeast. Instant yeast, and
Is
you'll
that on
let that sit for a few
instant
minutes.
Oh, you're saying it turns into instant grease.
Yeast,
Yeast.
yeah. So no, you need yeast too.
Oh, I need yeast.
Yeah,
Okay, look, girl, where do you buy yeast?
it's on the baking aisle with most of the seasonings and
I mean
what
bacon
is it
off.
called? It's like the
I mean, does it say yeast on it?
yeah, it'll say you yeast.
Okay.
Let me grab my bottle so you can see.
Okay. Are y'all with me? Are y'all gonna bake bread with me?
Sorry,
I
bud.
need, I need y'all to bake bread with me. Oh, I was expecting like for something that would look like flour. It's in a jar.
It's just, but they have packs. Also, you can get like 3 packs,
Okay.
and it's just Fletchman's. But you can find different brands of yeast. But I keep a jar of this because I use it all the time.
Okay.
Um, it should be on the same aisle as the flour.
Okay. All right. Anything else I need?
Um, butter, butter.
Okay, so I know that butter comes salted and not salted. Which one does it matter?
I always buy salted butter, and
Okay.
that I always use it. And I don't know. And I know a lot of people. We get a lot of questions about different things. I don't think, everything in moderation, of course. Like we use a lot of sugar. We keep a 5 gallon bucket of sugar because we need it for things. I make soda, I make cereal, I make ice cream. My husband got a sweet tooth. I make pies and cookies. So we need sugar. I don't think sugar is our main issue. Everything in moderation. I honestly think the preservatives are our main issue. So I
Gotcha.
don't worry about, I'm careful. I only use Redmond's real salt. So we don't have a huge sugar intake. I mean, salt intake here.
Okay. So is there anything else that I need from Walmart?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I can handle that. Um, okay. So I'm a little worried about my motivation with this. So my question is to you, what keeps you motivated to keep trying new things?
Um,
Like, so you don't lose focus.
so what motivated me to get on this path was seeing our friend live to 108. She lived off the land. She lived on the island, and she ate seafood and what they grew on the land. So that made me home. Is no reason. Now I broke my back some years ago, so I expect to be in pain. But the way Sandy was, it made me feel like, man, why am I hurting so bad? And some days she just like every night she wanted to dance with Bobby, and she wanted to sit up and drink coffee and cross her leg at 107 and eat ice cream. And I'm like, I can't cross my legs because it hurt.
Yeah.
So so that motivated me to do better in life. And then I wanted to figure out how. Of course, I want my husband to live, so I need to find a way to let him enjoy the things that he loves, like soda and cookies and cake.
I
And
about died when I saw you making root beer.
yeah,
I
Bobby
was like,
loves
you
that
got
stuff.
to kidding me. And then your little frosty. I was like, look
Yes,
at
and
her.
they are delicious. And it's 3 ingredients. You look at a juice container, and it's like 20 ingredients. Well, what's in it? It should be just fruit, water, and honey or sugar. So, you make cranberry juice and it's only 3 ingredients. You make ginger ale and it's only ginger, water, and sugar.
And when you made that homemade pine sol, I about died. I was
Yes,
like, we have pine trees everywhere.
everywhere.
I can so make this.
Yeah. And the cleaning products are making us sick too, but most of the time we buy it because I love the way pine sol smell and it worked good, but
I
we
forgot
don't read the
Shane's
ingredients.
right here. What I forgot you used the pine needles, and then what was it apple cider vinegar?
It was distilled white vinegar and lemons. Hey Jay.
Hey,
So distilled white vinegar. Yes, she made her own pine sol, Shane. Would you think I was cool or what?
yeah,
He said, save my money. Save my money.
yeah. I won't have to work 2 jobs then.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another thing that's important to me I am a housewife. My husband, I mean, we run a small trucking company together, but it's still important to me to save money, where I could just go and spend money and buy everything we need, but it's not healthy. So, and I have time. I don't, this is my job. So I research things and I find things. I make our own medicine, personal care products. And Bobby helped me do a lot of these things too. So it's
Yeah.
just comforting to know that we don't have all these chemicals and
Yeah.
we feel
Right.
better.
Right.
That's what's killing everybody anyways. Chemicals in the
Yep.
foods.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. So
I say the state what's gonna motivate you the most is when you cook that loaf of bread and your husband eat it and he
I
enjoy it.
know.
It's the satisfaction of seeing something done and enjoying it.
I was
Yes.
telling them this morning is like when I cook and he walks in the door and says, "Oh my gosh, something smells good," whether it tastes good or not, it smells good. It makes you feel good
It does.
because
And it
he's
makes you want to
like,
do it
he feels
more.
like I'm taking care of him, and it
Yeah.
makes me feel good to know that I'm doing something for him. So,
Yeah. And it's a blessing, to learn these little things. I think everybody should know these simple skills. And like I said, I like to keep things simple because some people can complicate things and it'll make you feel like, wait a minute, what just happened? So, the
well,
less ingredients, the better it is.
just the bread itself, that's not very many ingredients
It's not.
for
It's not.
bread.
And once you make
Okay.
that bread, you'll be like, now I can make some cinnamon rolls. Oh, let me make some cinnamon toast crunch. Or I can make donuts. So yeah,
Girl,
you'll go crazy from there.
listen, I'm going to be Sherry before the end of this year.
You're gonna have
I'm
fun.
changing my name to Sherry.
You're
Sherry
gonna have
wannabe.
fun.
I
You're
really
gonna
am
wanna.
excited
It's gonna
about
be
this.
the little things that you'll think about. Oh, Shane like this. Like the day I saw him eating potato chips, and I was like, what is he eating? Oh, let me see what ingredients are in that. That's how you cook some of these things. You look at your ingredients and you say, nice crispy treats. And the first thing you see is rice. Oh, well, I can do this so many ways. And it's healthier. It doesn't last as long, but
Right.
you do small batch so that y'all can eat it, enjoy it, and be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking this time with me. So, our next step is, well, I need to go to the grocery store.
Yes. So you let me know when you're ready because this is my week for baking bread and it will take about an hour and a half, but of course we'll take our time because you're gonna get it right the first time and there'll be other people um doing this along with us. So
Right.
we'll conquer bread this month.
So, did y'all write, whoever wants to do this, did you write that? I'll post the ingredients that you need to get
Yes.
from Walmart. So, go ahead this week and get your ingredients. And then Sherry and I will go live again in the kitchen. And we won't be in this setting. We'll actually be in the kitchen. So, you need to go ahead and order your apron so you can be June Cleaver with us. And we will all look at you in your cute aprons. How many do you have? You have as many aprons as I have overalls.
I don't know. I don't count them, but people send us aprons all the time. I think Bobby got one or two in here, but they're all mine.
I love it. I love it.
And you do want the little just so you'll
Super.
know, you do want the little sexy aprons
Oh, I
because you
do?
you ain't always filming. I mean, you got Shane is home, so he been gone for a whole week. You
Look,
won't.
I looked at that one. I was scared to order it, but you
No,
have
it's
it.
not short. Somebody sent me this one actually for Christmas, and I've worn it a couple times. I love it. So
You
yeah,
look so
girl,
cute in your aprons.
get your
Yeah,
aprons.
you look so cute in your aprons. I ordered one of my followers sent me a picture. It's a peacock. It's really cute. And so I ordered it. So I'm
Oh,
supposed to get it Friday. And then one of my followers said she was mailing me one, so I don't know what it'll look like. So
good,
that'll be
good.
two that I have.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
getting
And
there.
you'll get them fast. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Don't overthink anything. And I know some people have this thing where they have to have a mixer, and my hands are pretty much fine. My fingers do ache, but
And you
it's
don't put
okay.
nothing on the counter when you roll out the dough. You
A little
just
bit of flour.
clean it.
I
I
just
mean, you
clean
don't
it
put
good.
nothing under it, like parchment paper or anything like that. You just put
No,
it on the
yep,
clean
I
it,
just put
put
it
it
on
on
the
the
counter. Clean it with vinegar and put it on the counter. And good
okay.
to go. Simple, simple. But I'm here for you, so we got this.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for helping me be a better wife. Shane
Yeah. You don't
Shane
need all
thanks
the help she can get.
Shane thanks you.
Anytime. So
All right,
text me,
guys.
keep me posted, and we'll do this.
Okay, so if you, like I said, if you want to join us, you're welcome to message me, and I will put the list, and we will talk about when we can get together to begin baking number one. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. If you haven't subscribed or follow our pages, there's been links. I've seen multiple people put the link, so make sure you follow her page if you're a follower of mine, and vice versa. Thank you
Yes.
guys for all your support. We will see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.